Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to Civil Engineers YouTube channel. Guys, today's topic is very important for non-civil engineering people and also for civil engineering students. And the topic is related with building construction. And building construction is, guys, we design RCC footing for RCC column. Before starting building construction, non-civil engineering people, they don't have some time structure design for footing or for foundation, so they are confused that what should be the size of footing and its depth, its steel reinforcement, also for RCC column size and its steel reinforcement details. Of course guys, it's very difficult to decide what should be the size of footing and its depth and its reinforcement details. Because guys, if you don't have structural design, nowadays more people they want to complete their project without civil engineering. Without civil engineer, they just complete the project by mason. So guys, mason doesn't know anything related with structure design, so there are confusion in building construction. So you should know what should be the size of footing, its steel reinforcement details, RCC column and reinforcement and its reinforcement details, and it's also important for civil engineering students. And guys, today I will give you information in this video especially for footing and RCC column from my personal experience, and I have completed my project and I will give you information from my projects, practical projects I have done, and I will give you information, but I will not give you any formula related with civil engineering, because this is also specially for non-civil engineering people if they want to construct their house. Let's start guys. If this topic is helpful for you, so you will not pay for like this video. So for my motivation, like this video and subscribe the channel with press bell icon for more civil engineering videos like this. As you can see guys, this is footings, okay, and this is its reinforcement details. This is RCC column longitudinal bars, and here are its lateral ties details, etc. First of all guys, I will tell you that for 2 to 3 story house, but it should be, I am talking about residential building, normal residential building. For normal residential building, 2 to 3 story, okay, what should be the size of footing? First of all guys, I will tell you that footing design and column design, it's depend on some factors. Structure load means from 2 to 3 story, it's structure load. Also, and there are different loads like dead load or self load of the structure, live load, earthquake load, air load, etc. So from that we can decide what should be the size of footing. And also SBC, soil bearing capacity, because we have different types of soil, and for different types of soil we can decide different size of footing. It's also depend on the SBC, soil bearing capacity, on which you are constructing your project. So from that soil we will check its bearing capacity. Okay, so there are some factors, but I have already discussed. I will not discuss anything from the reference of any book, but I will give you information from my personal experience. Guys, from 2 to 3 story house, you can for residential house you can decide size of footing about 1 meter. 1 by 1 meter you can take size of footing. For square or for isolated footing you can decide 1 by 1 meter, okay. You can decide 1 by 1 meter size of footing, okay. For normal residential from 2 to 3 story, okay. Now guys, the second question is, what should be the depth of footing? As you can see, this is its depth. What should be the depth of footing? Okay, so guys, many civil engineering students, they are confused. They are telling me, sir, the soil bearing capacity of soil is okay, or there is a mountain and it's hard rock. So guys, the footing should be minimum. The footing should be minimum 12 inches, okay, or 30 centimeter. Okay, but for normal house, residential house, in normal soil, you can decide depth of footing okay, that should be minimum 1.2 to 1.5 meter. This should be the depth of footing, right? Now guys, also there is one other question for more than 2 to 3 story. For example, from 3 to 6 story. So what should be the size of footing? So this is the extra knowledge from my personal experience. So you can keep size of footing that should be what? 2 by 2 meter. 2 by 2 meter. For 2 to 6 story, size of footing should be minimum 2 by 2 meter. Okay, and the depth should be what? Depth should be 1.5 to 2 meter. 1.5 to 2 meter you can keep its depth of footing. Okay, guys, for 2 to 3 story, and for 2 to 6 story, for 2 to 3 story you can keep 1 by 1 meter, and its depth should be 1.5 to 1.2 to 1.5 meters. Okay, now guys, come to its reinforcement details. As you can see, this is the other section, its reinforcement details, right? For footing, as you can see, this is RCC footing. Okay, so guys, reinforcement, footing reinforcement. Footing reinforcement details. Remember guys, use minimum guys, use 12 mm dia, okay, 12 mm dia with 150 mm center to center distance between two steel bars. The spacing should be 150 mm or 6 inches. 6 by 6 inches you can keep center to center distance between two steel bars. Okay, and the dia should be 12 millimeter for 2 to 3 story. Okay, now guys, also for yes, and the steel should be bent, or you can also provide box. Okay, this mesh, simple one mesh you can also provide for what? For 2 to 3 story, and this should be the dia of steel bars which we are using in footing, and the spacing should be 150 millimeter center to center distance. Okay, now guys, for 3 to 6 story, okay, use same 12 millimeter dia of steel bar and 150 spacing, 150 mm spacing. But guys, we will provide here double mesh. The mesh should be double here, same like this, as you can see. Okay, these are steel bars in cross section. Okay, again we will provide the other mesh here, right? And the spacing between two mesh should be minimum 6 inches or 150 mm. This is the other point. This is for 2 to 3 story, 3 to 6 story, and for 1 story you can provide simple mesh, and for 3 to 6 story you can provide a box, as you can see in the picture. Okay. Now guys, these steel bars should be should have bent, okay, upside and single mesh, and double it's automatically we will provide. Okay. Now this is its reinforcement detail. Now what should be the column? Now its concrete cover, as you can see, concrete cover should be minimum 1.5 inches concrete cover. Okay, or you can keep concrete cover what, about 45 millimeters. You can keep concrete cover for RCC footing. Okay. Now guys, come to its reinforcement details of column. First of all, I will tell you guys, the video will be long, but if you want to learn something, so must watch this video from start to end. I hope you will learn something new related with RCC footing and its column. Now come to column design. Okay, first one is guys, size of the column should be minimum for 3 to 2 story, for 2 to 3 story, or for 5 to for 2 to 3 story. Okay, size should be, size of column, it should be 30 by 30 centimeters. Size of column, as you can see, this is size of column, 30 by 30 centimeter or 12 by 12 inches. Okay, it should be the size of RCC column, and concrete cover should be minimum 1 inches. Okay, or 25 millimeters. So this should be the concrete cover. Now come to its top of the column. This is column which is 12 by 12 inches, and use guys here for 2 story, from 2 to 3 story you can use guys here 8 numbers. Okay, and the dia should be, dia of the steel should be what, 12 millimeter. Dia should be 12 millimeter for 8 numbers. Use 8 numbers. 8 number steel bars, and the dia should be 12 millimeter for 2 to 3 story. Now guys, come to, this is for 2 to 3 story, this size. For 2 to 3 story, the size should be 12 by 12 inches. Use 8 numbers of steel bars. Dia should be 12 millimeter. Okay. Now guys, this is the other RCC column for 3 to 6 story. Okay. Select the size of the dia, that should be minimum 18 by 18 inches. This is 12 by 12 and this should be 18 by 18, and use minimum again 8 numbers of steel bars. Same like this, but here guys you can keep the dia of steel, that should be 14 to 16 millimeter. Dia should be 15 to 16 millimeter, its longitudinal bars, and use minimum 8 numbers. Right? Now guys, come to its longitudinal bars. Again you can see guys, so here the hooks should be provided. The the bends at the bottom, and it can become same like this here, as you can see at the top of the footing. So it become like this. Okay, the hooks should be we will provide dug leg. It's called like dug leg. Okay, the dug leg should be provided same like this, and it should be guys minimum. It should be minimum guys 1.5 feet or 45 centimeters. Now guys, I will also discuss its lateral tie for 12 by 12 and also for 18 by 18 inches. As you can see guys, this is lateral tie. This is one steel bar, this is other one, same like this. Okay, so now guys, the dia of the stirrup should be lateral tie should be minimum use for 12 by 12 or by 18 by 18. You can use 8 mm. Okay, but for 12 by 12 you can also use minimum 6 mm. It should not be less than 6 mm, but I recommend you guys try to use 8 mm for 18 by 18 inches, or I will tell you guys for 16 mm you can use 8 mm, and for 12 mm you can keep 6 millimeter dia of lateral ties. Okay, and guys also the hooks should be provided, also these hooks with length we can take with 9D, where D is dia of lateral ties, and we will multiply, then we can get this one, and the hooks should be bent with 135 degree. Okay, because it's resist with earthquake 135 degree. The hooks should be with 135 degree. Guys, now come to its lateral ties spacing. As you can see guys, this is zone of column. Okay, at the bottom and also at the top, these are the zones. Guys, I recommend you, and I am telling you that at the bottom and at the top of RCC column, the spacing of lateral ties should be close, but at the mid it should be maximum as compared to bottom spacing and top spacing. For example, guys, I will tell you, you can keep at the bottom and also at the top about spacing for lateral ties, it should be 15 centimeters or 150 mm. 15 centimeter or 150 mm at the top and also at the bottom. But at the mid guys, you can keep about 200 mm to 250 mm you can keep. More than 6 inches you can keep, more than 6 inches mean 6 inches to 9 inches you can keep at the mid lateral ties spacing, and at the top, at the bottom, the spacing of lateral ties should be close with each other, right? So guys, this is the steel reinforcement detail for RCC column and also for its footing. So therefore, you should know about this, what should be the size of RCC column. This is from my personal experience. I hope it can help you guys if you don't have structural design. First of all, you should try to learn about structural design. You should design, or you can also get permission from the civil engineer. Is it okay for me or not? And you should also try to design RCC column, to design footing for your project, because it's depend on the structure load I've already discussed before starting the video. But if you don't have structural design and you don't know anything related with civil engineering and you are non-civil engineering, so therefore you can use the given points which I have discussed the front of you. There isn't any specific formula in this video. The specific formula is there for column footing, for RCC column size, because we can find it with structure load and its bearing capacity of soil, because there are different types of loads. So therefore this is especially for non-civil engineering people and also for civil engineering students to know something new. If you don't have related design with RCC column or footing, so you can use, and I can give you, and I recommend you can use the same things which I have discussed the front of you. Guys, if you have any question related with RCC footing and column design in this, so you can comments. I will try to reply your answer. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.